what they say, Wolf, too. You can't have growth without pain, man.
No, you can't.
That's just how it is. So on the right side of the map, upper right side of Antigua Shipyards, we have our Blue Terran player from the Team Slayers. It is MMA. And down at the bottom, the guy who could change everything, make everyone play each other again, it is OGS MC. So Antigua Shipyards. Now this is actually, I don't think I've seen a TVP in these positions on this map.
Now, these are fairly close positions by air.
Yeah.
So that could come into play, but with the rush distance the way it is and the air distance pretty far as well, I don't think that'll really affect how this game gets played out. But with the rush distance on these positions, much better against a type of Marine Tank Banshee type of build that we may see from MMA, we may not. That type of build is not going to be as good at these positions as it would be if, for example, MMA were located at the 7 or 8 o'clock position.
I agree. It's going to be really interesting to see how they each decide to play this. You know, by the same token, as we see MMA start what is probably going to be a wall-off, we could see MC do something like a Void Ray all-in as well. That can be really good in positions on a map like this, I would think.
It looks like MC is going to be going Nexus first because he's already gone up to 14 supply and has not started his gateway. Started the 15th probe, and when you see the 15th probe, you know it's going to be Nexus first.
The 15th
This is actually one of the most dangerous builds to do in StarCraft 2 right now in this matchup. Nexus first against Terran it's actually like signing a piece of paper that says, yes, I understand that I may be all in with Marines, tanks, and Banshees, but yes, I understand the risks I'm taking, but I will make a Nexus after scouting. MC's already seen the gas. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have done this because MMA has gas.
Blizzard is going to make Protoss sign waivers from now on if they're going to go Nexus first. Wow. So, yeah, I mean, and when MMA scouts this, he's going to be like, oh, really?
Exactly, and he's going to scout it right now with his SCV. Fortunately for MMA, he's scouting his opponent's location first. He knows that MC is at this location because the probe timing.
I thought that MC's days of being super greedy were over, but apparently I was wrong about this. I mean...
Well, here's the thing. MMA starting a factory.
Yep.
And if MC holds this, it's actually going to be a miracle.
Yeah.
You should actually tell all your friends right now to come and watch this. Tell them to log into gomtv.net, get on this stream and watch because you might see a miracle happen today.
We could see history.
We could. MC is clearly confident that on Antigua Shipyards, he can go Nexus first.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to question him just yet. Okay, maybe I'll question him a little bit, but
you have to question him a little bit.
Questioning him
He's actually a little bit crazy.
All right, I'm going to question him a lot, but you know, it's not over till it's over, I guess. I mean, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
He does see the factory.
Oh, the probe trap.
And all that seeing the factory though is gonna say for MC is, well, I accepted the risks that I might have been taking when I did this, and
he accepted the risks. Will he get any rewards at all from it?
This is actually really interesting. This isn't what I expected to see from MMA at all. He's actually using his reactor on the factory and is going to be going reactor Hellions with a expansion.
All right.
So take everything we said earlier and throw it in your most close-by trash can.
Well, MMA, you know, we saw him pick an ST in the group stages because he wanted a challenge. Maybe he's like, oh, you're going Nexus first? Marine Tank Banshee too easy. I want to try something a little bit more challenging. So he's going for a Hellion expand, which is something that's kind of rare in TVP to begin with. Although if he gets Blue Flame, that'll be pretty good, I think. Oh, he's making a factory.
Yeah, now he's switching and switching into Siege Tanks. So he just wanted to make these 2 Hellions.
Yep.
I didn't expect him to use these Hellions, but even so, look at this. He's going to be able to kill so much. Well, even with these Stalkers here, he's going to be able to target down a lot of probes. Look at this.
Whoa.
Probes stacking up. Horrible probe control by MC.
Doesn't really kill a whole lot. Lucky
that was really lucky. MMA didn't expect MC to pull all of his probes in one clump.
Yeah, I know.
That was MC's strategy. He was like, well, maybe.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love it.
Double expanding.
I love Slayer's MMA. He's so much fun to watch. Expanding right outside MC's base.
That's kind of classy, I think.
That is a classy move, yeah. He's a classy guy, the Slayer's MMA. You know, he could put some siege tanks right on the edge there and shoot at MC's base from it, too, if he wanted to have a lot of fun.
Exactly. I mean, he's doing actually the last thing that MC would expect with taking that location.
Yeah.
You know, we would have expected him to take, the top, like the 9 o'clock position, for example, or the top position instead.
Well, this game is like a battle of who can do the least expected thing. It's like MC is like, oh, I'm going to Nexus first, and then MMA is going, well, I'm going to Reactor Hellion expand, and then I'm going to expand right outside your base. So I wonder what MC will do. That's ridiculous and unexpected soon. Siege mode starting now for MMA.
Well, MC's Robo is done. He's making the Observer now his first Observer. It'll give him a glimpse of what's going on. He's actually going to take the Watchtower here in the middle of the map as well. And MMA is moving out with a very small tank Marine force.
Yes, he is.
He's going to catch these Stalkers, though. Oh. No control by MC.
Oh, no.
Loses both Stalkers.
Ouch.
And he actually doesn't have much of an answer for this. If MMA pushed out right now, MC could actually die.
He has 2 Stalkers and, oh no, never mind, 3 Stalkers and 2 Zealots and an Immortal on the way. And
well,
MMA
with this,
is pulling back.
Yeah, he pulls back because he knows that the Warp Gates will be finishing up soon. In fact,
Yep.
they're finishing up right now. And with those Warp Gates, he would be able to defend. So I like his choice to pull back. But moving forward and being aggressive like that, picked off those 2 Stalkers, why not take control of the Watchtower? He's got control of the Watchtower again with that Hellion now. Adding more barracks.
Getting his engineering bay, wants to stay safe with that. Probably going to see a turret at his choke as well. And in the meantime, the Orbital just finished now at MMA's special hidden third. And MC's going to see things that don't exactly look too out of the ordinary when he floats through this.
Exactly. He's going to see a few barracks, seeing the starports a little bit late. Knows there are no more siege tanks coming out, though. He's switching into completely bio play. So that's a lot of information gained there. He's not going to make any more Immortals. He's already made 2. Twilight Council and Double Forge is going up for MC. Now MC is applying to this pretty appropriately. You know, now he's seen no more siege tanks. He's stopped Immortal production, starting to add more gateways, adding the forges. He's going to want to take a 3rd base soon, though.
Well, I think he's kind of deduced as well that he's not going to be under as much pressure as he maybe thought he was. So he's going to be like, oh, this is my chance to get my forges, get my Twilight Council, you know?
Blink research started. 2 more gates going up. He's trying to find that Hellion that got sent around the map, and MC is actually now checking several locations for hidden expansions.
Oh,
MC is so smart, he realizes that's too many barracks, that's too much stuff for just 2 bases. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Checks the top location for the Hellion, sees no base at 9 o'clock, is checking the 8 o'clock right now.
Oh, nice scan to pick off the Observer there. But MC, yeah, there's only 1 base he hasn't scouted yet.
I know,
actually,
and that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's the least likely place for him to have a hidden 3rd, and MC is actually just not checking it.
Yeah. Okay, well, is the Stalker going to check?
It looks like he is.
And he's going up the ramp.
He sees it.
He knows exactly what's going on now.
The Stalker doing battle with SCVs.
Yep, and down at the hidden 3rd of MMA, there's a Stalker there. SCV is being transferred away. They're going to come and probably help repair some of the siege tanks there. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And this is actually a little bit of a scary army for MMA, depending on how he engages it. He's going to need to be very careful. Yeah, just decides to pull back. Going to float his 3rd back there as well. Can probably stay alive long enough.
I think he's probably just going to move it over to a gold base.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he's got map control right now. He's got a really large army. He's been able to build that army from the mining that he got temporarily from that base.
Yep.
And I think if MMA engages this straight up, he will crush the army of MC.
How does he see those observers, man? He's the guy with the eagle eye, I guess.
Yeah, he's got that eagle eye. Charge is about a 3rd of the way done for MC. He's about to have 1-1, and these Stalkers blinked into danger.
They blinked right into a bunch of Marines. I don't know if that was the best decision.
I don't even understand anything about what just happened with those Stalkers.
Just like went up and we're like, ha! And we're like, ah!
I think he was trying to catch the command center maybe, but didn't realize what was going on in the middle of the map. Because
yeah, maybe.
His observer saw the army earlier, so I guess he thought it had moved. I'm not really sure. But MMA has a very large army here. Ooh, I like this. He's going to blink into the main of MMA using his hidden observer that MMA didn't find with his eagle eye.
Yeah, really smart move by MC there, targeting down the add-ons as well. Now MMA does take out the observer. He is going to be able to come in and clean this up eventually.
Yeah, he's using the rescue drops.
Yep. Good decision there between the SCVs and this group of units.
Oh, and I love this, attacking with charged zealots in the middle of the map while the army is split up. This is a beautiful move by MC, but does he have enough?
I don't know, man. I think he might barely have enough. Looks like he does. MMA not picking up any units at all either. And those Stalkers, 5 of them still alive. MC really handled that well. Uh-oh.
Yes, not looking good for MMA, losing a lot of units, but he did take the gold base.
Yeah.
And he's actually able to mine there secretly.
And MC actually doesn't know. He doesn't know that the gold base has been taken.
Well, he's about to find out. He's going to control the watchtower here for just a moment.
Oh,
now he sees it.
Knows, yep. All right, so those SCV's days are numbered if they don't run away, and they will.
Yeah, and actually MMA is stemming all of his units to come over here, and they're not even going to really get the majority of the benefit from that stem.
Oh, there's also a drop going on at the natural as well, trying to micro against some of those zealots there.
And it looks like MMA is actually just not going to be able to hold the gold base.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, things are kind of slipping away from MMA. We might see him lose his first game here today.
Well, his drop is continuing to do damage in the main, and he does clean this force up. And actually, MC just kind of, I guess he was too busy dealing with the drop in his main. He just did not deal with that army in the middle of the map as well as he could have. Does clean up the drop, but the gold base is still up.
Yeah, those reinforcing Marines certainly helped a lot in the middle of the map there. Oh, another medevac getting taken out. But yeah, like you said, the gold base is still there. MMA is putting up some bunkers. He can control this part of the map really easily. This is the strength that Terran has on Antigua shipyards. They can take the gold in these positions. They can hold the middle of the map. And they can make it very, very difficult for their opponent to really get any farther as far as expansions go.
Right now MC has 2-2 upgrades and +2 weapons just finished for MMA. He's at 2-1, so MC ahead in the upgrades. He's going to lose a lot of zealots here. Zealots kind of not fighting with the rest of the army.
Oh, it's because there was a drop down at the main base. Nice. Well, that's okay. EMP taking out a lot of shields on the zealots. Bunkers full again. Too many units for MC. Now, in the meantime, the Templar Archives, I'm pretty sure, was taken out back at MC's main. Was it? Yes, it was.
Did Storm finish? That's what we're about to find out. There's like no way to find out, though, because there's no Templar.
It's so
yeah, I know it was getting close. There were so many things going on at once there.
Yeah, new Templar Archive started for MC.
MC is so behind right now. Right now, I'll give you guys some numbers. 59 STVs to 52 probes. So that's not too bad, right? But when you consider there are only 8 Zealots and Archon and 7 Stalkers out for MC, things are looking pretty grim. The upgrades for MMA are catching up as well. Temple Archives is being remade. I don't believe Storm finished. I don't think it was close enough to finish. Even if it did, it's going to be very difficult for him to utilize Templar when Ghosts are already out on the field. He's got tons of bunkers. You can't storm a bunker. You can't break what MMA has set up. MMA has taken a 4th base in the north. Well, and MC's 3rd Nexus is just finishing.
Yeah. Yeah, MC is pretty far behind right now. You know, I feel like he had a couple nice moves here and there, but it's tough, man. MMA is looking just pretty unstoppable. I was worried about it for a moment there.
There's Storm. So Storm did not finish. Oh. That's confirmed. And I was pretty sure it didn't finish. And so he's just re-chronoing that out.
And once he opens up these destructible rocks, it's going to be really tough for MC to keep his 3rd, especially without Storm. Another drop coming in. Is he going to actually kill the Templar Archives again?
I think he is.
He might warp in with Zealots. He's not really targeting anything, so I guess not.
Well, he's killing the Zealots, and once those Zealots die, he may get the Templar Archives.
Wow, yeah, he does kill all the Zealots. Another warp incoming. And he's going after the Stalkers. Manages to save.
Well, he's spending so many resources on these units defending the Storm that he's lost so many resources regardless. And look at the supply differential right now, 162 to 114.
Oh, here comes MMA. Time to stim. He's going to go right after
so
the
many Ghosts here. Actually not hitting any EMPs, though.
No, not EMPing at all.
There he goes, hitting the Templar. And that's it. GG.
Whoa.
MMA wins game 1 against MC's Nexus first in a way that we thought was the most unlikely way he would win that game, but
yeah, it was a very unlikely game altogether.
It very was.
Those positions.
I can't speak today. I'm like, okay. It very was. It very was, Dom. I'm like,
it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Wolf. We'll get some Korean barbecue later. We'll just sit there.
I'm like laughing in such a funny way. It makes it sound like I'm crying.
He's just actually going crazy right now.
Well, these games are just too awesome.
Wolf, this is what happens when you sniff glue before you can.
I did.
Stop doing that all the time. Stop it.
I didn't. I just had some. I actually had some Pepsi. That's what I had before the cast.
Well, maybe caffeine just doesn't agree with you.
It doesn't agree with me. It has a mind of its own. Like, I had a debate with Pepsi. Like, I looked at the can and we talked about politics, and he just like was, I disagree, Wolf. And then when I came to cast, I couldn't speak English. That's what happened.
We have this Pepsi here, but they actually replaced the caffeine with mercury, like out of a thermometer. So it actually did drive you insane. You know,
I'm the Mad Caster now.
Well, do you know where the Mad Hatter came from? That term, the Mad Hatter.
Well, I knew they used mercuries in those hats that they they made.
Like the things that went around the top hats to keep the top hats like stiff and standing up and stuff, that was like there's mercury in that. So the hatters that would work with it every day would gradually go insane.
Yeah, I heard that. Would that affect the people who wore the hats too, though, eventually?
I don't think so. It's like long-term exposure that would do it to you. You know, it's like if you buy a top hat and you like, you know, unless you like lick it all day every day, you know, nothing's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what Matt is ahead of. That's where it came from.
Well, maybe I'm the mad caster.
Mad as a
You
caster.
like already convinced me I touched mercury. I'm like, wait a minute, no, I didn't.
The mad caster. It's a good Smurf ID. Might have to use that. Although now, if I use that, everyone who watches will know, I guess. But oh well. Hey, you know what? Our next. You know what? That was a great segue, wasn't it? Our next map is Terminus, and I wonder if it's a new version of Terminus.
I think it is, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks a little bit different. Jay says it is in our ear. Let's get into the game. New version of Terminus. Let's check it out.